Okay, the next lesson is all about polar and non-polar molecules. It's an extension of covalent compounds. So we have already said covalent compound is sharing. Uh, okay, if it is sharing, what kind of sharing? Is it equal sharing? So we have another equal sharing or unequal sharing. So unequal sharing. So what causes what causes what causes equal sharing, equal, or unequal sharing, unequal sharing? And the answer for this, what causes equal sharing or unequal sharing? The answer is, in short, electronegativity. Electronegativity. What does it mean, electronegativity? Uh, it's a measure of how an atom attracts more electron towards itself. Like if we have two atoms of similar kind, like hydrogen atom and another hydrogen atom, their electron distribution is always equal. So during sharing, both hydrogen and the other atom hydrogen equally shared, so that if you see the density of electron, as you can see in this picture, let me show you this one. As you can see, the electron distribution of this one of one hydrogen, and the other electron distribution is evenly distributed or equally distributed, which means whenever two similar atoms come together, their sharing is equal. So chlorine with chlorine is equal sharing when in the form of chlorine molecule. Oxygen and oxygen come together in the form oxygen molecule. This is again equal sharing. So what can we say? Whenever an atom pulls electron density, so pulls electron density equally, they form non-polar molecules. What does it mean, polar? Polar means having two extremes, which means one has a region of like this one. One region has very few electron density, and the other region have more and more electron density. From this picture, what we understand, whenever we have non-polar molecules, the electron density is evenly distributed. As a result, the molecule is said to be non-polar. Unlike non-polarity case, if two atoms like hydrogen and another atom, chlorine, whenever they come together, their electron distribution is different. We can make this one is similar atoms, oxygen, but this is different atoms having different electronegativity. So hydrogen, chlorine. So to indicate their sharing is unequal, one has to use this sign. Hydrogen, in the course of a bond formation, there is electronegativity difference. So this electronegativity difference is manifested by having sigma positive and sigma negative. And the sigma positive indicates hydrogen has little share during bond formation, and chlorine has taken more electron density towards itself. The best example is this picture indicates, as you can see, the nucleus of one atom, almost the electron density is withdrawn to the other side, which means this one. So chlorine and hydrogen. As a result, they form polarity. So these are polar molecules. They are polar molecules. Okay, if this is polar molecules, and the reason for polarity is we have already said electronegativity. So when an atom, it's like a tug of war. Electronegativity can be considered as a tug of war. What does it mean? If one person and the other person compete against each other during a tug of war, this is a tug of war, this one pulls electron and this one pulls electron. But the final destination will be determined by the one having more power will take more of the knots, more of the rope towards itself. So if we consider this is hydrogen, and if you consider this is chlorine, so the hydrogen almost take most of the electron, like this one, and another person will take majority of the rope. It's like a tug of war. So that's why we can say this is plus and this is minus. The one having more share in the course of bond formation, it is polarity. So this is the nature of polar molecules. So electronegativity, power of an atom to attract electron density towards itself. So during bond formation, one atom pulls more electron density than the other. This is what it means, electronegativity. And let's compare the electronegativity of using this picture. As you can see, when non-polar covalent compounds, the direction of these are electronegativity. The person 0, 0, whenever we have non-polar covalent compounds, the atoms have got the equal attraction. And then polar covalent, this is an equal attraction because one is stronger than the other. And if the separation between two atoms is extremely large, and they tend to ionic compounds. So as you go higher, from down to up, more polarity exists, means the atom is going to be ionic other than covalent bonding. So we leave polarity sharing region and we go to, let's see in periodic table, if we are going to refer this periodic table, most of the time atoms of similar area, this area, group 6, group 5, they are highly polar groups like oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen. In this area, group 5 and 6, they are electronegative. And elements having this part, when we compare this element with this element, their separation is too much, so they form ionic bond. High electronegativity difference causes ionic bond.